At present, cosmic titles are overwhelmed by one point: the acclaimed sending of the James Webb Space Telescope. Considering this, however, we shouldn't forget that many other technical gadgets are currently performing their cosmic service, such as the Mars rover's steadiness. At this exact moment, while you are watching our video, the land vehicle is looking for traces on the ruddy, gleaming surface of the heavenly body that should help us figure out our planetary neighbor more thoroughly. Which undertakings will Perseverance devote itself to in the next few years? And which startling Mars discoveries have already been kept? We'll show you in the present video. Need to become familiar with the noteworthy discoveries and unmistakable scenes in the universe every day? Then remember to subscribe to Just Space and click on the bell to stay updated from here on out. By offering us a thumbs up, you inspire us and show us how we can keep you excitingly informed with the content of our posts. On February 18, 2021, the opportunity had arrived. NASA's lander successfully landed on the surface of the red planet, covered in iron oxide dust. Nevertheless, the Mars rover Perseverance, mentioned at the beginning, and its technical partner, Ingenuity, the first helicopter drone in history to be sent to a celestial body other than Earth, are central to the Mars 2020 mission. A fundamental question: can traces showing the presence of life be found on our neighboring planet? In view of the parched desert world that the celestial body embodies today, the answer to this question seems clear at first. However, the matter is somewhat different if we turn back the wheel of time by a couple billion years. At that time, Mars not only had a much denser atmosphere but also rich water resources. The idea that the planet could host higher or even intelligent life is completely dismissed by experts. However, crude microbial life forms, or in other words, organisms that live in the radiation-protected depths of the soil, are possible, which takes us back to the use of Perseverance to gather data on possible life on the red planet. The $2.5 billion instrument will analyze rock samples for biosignatures, review land processes, and gather data on the general land development of Mars. It will also study the celestial body's environment and prepare for the Age of Manned Mars missions. For instance, the rover will convert carbon dioxide into oxygen and assess the corresponding results. On April 20, 2021, this attempt was put into practice on an alien planet for the first time in the history of space exploration. In just 1 hour, 5.4 grams of oxygen were produced from carbon dioxide, enough breathing air for 10 minutes. A dried-up river delta in the Jezreel crater was chosen as the landing site. Until around 3.5 billion years ago, there was a vast Martian lake there, reaching a depth of 820 feet. But why did the experts choose to bring a small helicopter to Mars with Ingenuity, considering the fact that the only 4-pound gadget carries no instruments other than cameras? Of course, Ingenuity serves mainly as a test model for upcoming flying devices on the red planet. So far, the robot has met this pioneering need brilliantly. On April 19, 2021, the helicopter rose 10 feet above the surface of Mars and maintained the planned flight height for just under 40 seconds. While we are eagerly awaiting the insights that Perseverance will provide us in the near future, we take this valuable opportunity to explore a literally groundbreaking observation made by NASA's InSight spacecraft, the strongest Mars quake of all time. While Perseverance's mission is just making headway, InSight's mission is also reaching a conclusion, scheduled to end this year. Launched on November 26, 2018, the secondary mission has already served its purpose. The test, which weighs just under 1,545 pounds, was given several essential objectives. In summary, the lander, equipped with a heat flow probe and a seismometer, was to investigate the early land development of the celestial body. With the information acquired, the understanding of the development of Earth-like planets should be significantly advanced. The scientists concluded that Mars and our terrestrial home are quite similar in terms of structure. However, the red planet has a larger liquid core and a thinner crust than experts had anticipated. Moreover, the recently recorded observation, which hit the headlines a few months ago, is also expected to help further understand the internal workings of Mars. Specifically, InSight recorded a tremor with a magnitude of 5, making the event the strongest shake yet recorded on an alien planet. Unlike the other planets in our solar system, which still have dynamic plate tectonics, the quakes that occur on the remaining celestial bodies must therefore have different causes. Of the more than 1,300 Mars quakes that InSight has recorded so far, the one just mentioned stands out in particular. It would also have been clearly noticeable on Earth. In fact, experts are still debating the origin of the quakes on Mars. Up until now, scientists have only partially interpreted how the formation of the Martian mantle occurs and how much magma flow, or indeed mantle convection, exists there. If researchers succeed in deciphering this key mystery, they will also get closer to answering another, no less exciting question. What caused the red planet to lose its global magnetic field? Right now, cosmic titles are overwhelmed by one point: the acclaimed organization of the James Webb Space Telescope. Considering this, we shouldn't fail to remember that numerous other specialized gadgets are already playing their cosmic roles. For instance, the Mars rover, Perseverance, is actively searching for signs on the rosy, shining surface of the red planet. This is happening right now while you are watching our video. The rover is helping us better understand our planetary neighbor, which is truly amazing. What tasks will Perseverance devote itself to in the coming years? And what surprising Mars discoveries have already been kept from the public? We'll show you in today's video. If you want to learn more about pivotal discoveries and the unfolding scenes in the universe every day, don't forget to subscribe to Just Space and click on the bell to stay updated. By offering us your support, you inspire us to continue keeping you excitedly informed with our posts. On February 18, 2021, the opportunity had arrived. NASA's lander successfully landed on the surface of the red planet, covered in iron oxide dust. In addition to the Mars rover Perseverance, mentioned at the start, this also applied to its technical associate, Ingenuity, the first helicopter drone in history to be sent to a celestial body other than Earth. A key question in the Mars 2020 mission is, can signs showing the presence of life be found on our neighboring planet? Given the arid desert world that Mars embodies today, the answer to this question seems clear at first. However, the matter is more complex. If we turn the clock back a few billion years, Mars not only had a much denser atmosphere but also rich water resources. The possibility that the planet once supported higher, or even intelligent, life is rejected by the scientific community. However, primitive microbial life, or organisms that live in the radiation-protected depths of the soil, remains a possibility. This takes us back to the use of Perseverance to gather data about possible life on the red planet. The $2.5 billion rover will analyze rock samples for biosignatures, review geological cycles, and collect data on the planet's general geological development. It will also study the planet's atmosphere and prepare for the future of manned Mars missions. For example, the rover will convert carbon dioxide into oxygen and assess the results. On April 20, 2021, this experiment was conducted on an alien planet for the first time in history. In just 1 hour, 5.4 grams of oxygen were produced from carbon dioxide, enough to provide breathing air for 10 minutes. A dried river delta in the Jezero crater was chosen as the landing site. About 3.5 billion years ago, there was a large Martian lake here, which reached a depth of 820 feet. But why did scientists decide to bring a small helicopter to Mars, with Ingenuity carrying no instruments other than cameras? Clearly, Ingenuity primarily serves as a test model for future flying devices on the red planet. So far, the robot has met this pioneering requirement brilliantly. On April 19, 2021, the helicopter rose 10 feet above the Martian surface and maintained the scheduled flight elevation for nearly 40 seconds. While we eagerly await the insights Perseverance will provide in the near future, we take this opportunity to explore a literally groundbreaking observation made by NASA's InSight rover, the most powerful Mars quake ever recorded. While Perseverance's mission is still progressing, InSight's mission is nearing its conclusion. InSight landed on Mars on November 26, 2018. This secondary mission, scheduled to end this year, has already provided crucial data. The test, which weighs just under 1,545 pounds, was tasked with several important goals. Specifically, the lander, equipped with a heat flow probe and a seismometer, was to investigate the early geological development of the planet. With the data collected, our understanding of the formation of Earth-like celestial bodies should be significantly expanded. Researchers have concluded that Mars and Earth are very similar in terms of structure. However, Mars has a larger liquid core and a thinner crust than previously expected. The recent recorded observation, which hit the headlines a few months ago, is also expected to help further understand the internal workings of Mars. In particular, InSight recorded a tremor with a magnitude of 5, making it the most powerful quake ever detected on an alien planet. Unlike the other planets in our solar system, Earth remains the only one with active plate tectonics. Therefore, the quakes that occur on other celestial bodies must have different causes. Of the more than 1,300 Mars quakes recorded by InSight so far, this one stands out in particular. It was so powerful that it would have been clearly observable on Earth. Scientists are still debating the origin of the quakes on Mars. So far, researchers have only partially unraveled how the Martian mantle is structured, how much magma flows, or whether mantle convection even exists. If scientists succeed in solving this fundamental mystery, they will also be closer to answering another exciting question: what caused the red planet to lose its global magnetic field in the past?